Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our session for job seekers. Today, we're really excited to share with you one of the best kept secrets or the best tools available to you as you do your job search. I will leave it to Justin, who will be walking you through the session, but all I can say is this is unparalleled. You're able to tap into so many jobs for so many employees across Peel and Halton, with like 20,000 jobs coming in every month. This would be the one place rather than opening accounts in many different job sites. This is one place where you can have an account. We will show you how to create a profile, and all the jobs will continue to come to you. After this session, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself at the Peel Halton Workforce Development Group, or Zane, who will be taking your Q&A at the end of the session. Thank you so much for joining, and we hope you will enjoy this session and learn a lot. I think we're handing over to Justin to walk us through the platform right now.
Yes, thank you so much, Shalini. I want to urge everyone, if they have any questions, to type them on the Q&A tab box, not on the chat box, please. And whenever you have any questions, please pop them or type them down, and I can read them and out loud to Justin. Justin, the floor is yours.
Can you please just turn on Justin's camera? He's not able to do it.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's webinar. Shalini said this is going to be a great tool for everyone to sort of be able to take advantage of. And I love the way you expressed it, Shalini. The jobs will come to you. And we know so much about the job search experience that is really awful for people, is having to go to website after website after website to search through and find all of those unique job opportunities, because no one wants to miss the opportunity of a lifetime. And so what we're trying to do with MyHub is bring those jobs to people, to deduplicate any duplicate jobs, and to personalize your job experience so that, you know, the jobs you looked at today, you don't have to look at tomorrow because you've already decided they're either a fit for you or not. So without further ado, I'll get into today's training. Really quickly, we're going to cover 6 parts today. So, first I'm going to show you how to find the MyHub tool on the Peel Halton Workforce website. The second, we're going to show you how to register for a MyHub account. Third, I'd like to show you how to optimize your job search settings once you're in the account. Fourth, I want to show you how to manage your job feed so that you never have to look at a job twice. Number 5, I want to show you how you can track your job leads across dozens of websites from one central location in the MyHub tool. And 6, I want to show you, for those who need a refresh, how to build a resume using the resume builder tool in the MyHub tools. So without further ado, I'm just going to share my screen and get right into it. So I'm going to start by sharing the peelhaltonworkforce.com website. It's a great website with lots of great local information for Peel and Halton regions. The area of the website that I'm going to focus on today is the tools, in particular the MyHub tool that's under this drop-down menu here, Peel Halton Workforce Hub, and then in particular the MyHub. So this is how you get to the tool that we're doing training on today. So I'm going to click on that, and immediately you're invited to log into an existing account. But if this is your first time visiting the MyHub tool and you do not have a job seeker account, you're going to want to register for an account. So you can either click over here on the left, or you can click here and register for a free account. There are no charges for job seekers in this system. You will not be charged anything. You will not be asked to pay anything. There is no, got you or pay to upgrade. There are no, advanced features that you can pay to unlock. This is going to be a great tool for you. So I'm going to click on register for a free account today. You get the option of either registering as a job seeker or an employer. The employer account, we're actually going to do a webinar on Friday. It's how employers can access local labor market information. Employers do not post directly on the job site tool, but I'm going to focus today's training on the job seeker account. So I'm going to go ahead and click I'm a job seeker, and I'm going to be sent to a registration page. There are a few questions on here, but I want you to know that really only the first 5 fields or so, 5-6 fields are required. These are the required fields with the red asterisks. And we're just going to go through and fill this out. I already have created an account, so I'm just going to show you what this process would look like and what these boxes are. So you're going to want to choose a personal email account, set your password like you would on most websites that you're creating an account for. Enter your first and last name. We ask for the birth year just to, people have common first names, and sometimes people ask, have shared emails, and a phone number too, if you're willing to provide that. So the other questions are optional. You can identify your gender, you can identify your highest level of education. You can let us know if you self-identify as any of the following populations in our community, as we're always looking to strive and better serve and meet their needs. You can answer this question about whether you have interest in mental health support. And then we get into work details. And I would encourage you, these are not required, but I would encourage you to fill them out. So let us know if you're maybe employed part-time right now, or you're employed full-time. These tools are for everyone. So you can be working today and still be taking advantage of them passively in your job search. But of course, if you're unemployed, these tools are going to be especially helpful to you. Let us know if you're interested in apprenticeships or not. There are great opportunities with apprenticeships, but we'd love to continue to connect you with apprenticeship opportunities. Under past occupations, this is where you get to tell us a bit about your previous job experience. So let's say, one of my past jobs out of school was bartending. Maybe you were a food and beverage or a wait staff. You don't have to have if you put in a common job title, it should come up with the right code. So just start typing a job title that you had, and hopefully the right code will come up. And so you can sort of, self-pick what these are. If you were an administrative assistant or a welder or a carpenter, if you worked in a medical office or, whatever the case may be, just start typing what those job titles were and pick the category that best represents what you were typing. And of course, let us know if there's a current occupation that you currently have, you might be, or the most recent occupation that you held. So if you're unemployed, it's okay, put in your most recent job. So maybe you were a forklift operator, whatever the case may be, you can put that in. Again, just pick the right job category based on the job title that you're typing. And then the target occupation, this is where you tell us what the job is that you're interested in securing. So it could be the exact same job as your current job. That's okay. It could be something completely different, but the target occupation is sort of what you would ideally like to have. And as you can see here, you can put in more than one occupation. So don't limit yourself and the opportunities you have. This will just get you started when you first create an account. And so these are particularly helpful because it pre-populates your job feed, and it also will help suggest sort of skills that you may want to add to your skill profile in the MyHub tool. Next, you can sign up for weekly or daily, depending on the frequency and the intensity of your job search. You can receive a new email, and this email will be catered to the exact jobs that you're interested in receiving information about. So it's not all jobs in Peel Halton. If you signed up, if you indicated, like, for example, if your background was this, you would get these kinds of jobs in your email. And even after creating an account, you can go back and sort of fine tune these. Just because you were a bartender doesn't mean that you want to continue to be a bartender, so you can turn those off, etc. So fill these in the best you can, indicate whether you want to sign up for a free job email, as well as indicate the frequency. And then, of course, you can review the terms and conditions of creating an account. It's written hopefully in very plain language. You want to accept those, and then just let us know you're not a robot, and you can hit submit, and you'll be able to log in and create your account. So again, just want to emphasize, if you're the kind of person that doesn't like to put in a lot of detail, I understand. Let's just put in the required fields. But I will tell you, putting in some of this additional information is going to help you in the long run. And I'll show you what that would look like today. So as I said, I already have an account on this system. So I'm just going to go ahead and log in. And where I log into is exactly where you would log into when you first create an account. You end up on the MyHub dashboard, where you can get a quick glance at some of the things that are happening in the system. There are almost 4,400 new jobs this week in the tool. You already see I have a job feed that's personalized to me and the things that I'm interested in. And that's already populating. So I already have 44 jobs that I want to look at and decide whether or not they interest me or not. And then down here, there's just sort of a snippet of what that job feed is containing based on the things that you're following. You can keep track of your saved jobs. It's all here at a glance on the dashboard, but let me show you how you can optimize your settings. Because when you first log in, some of these things you may want to tweak. So let's show you how you can begin to do that. But again, if you were to first log in and you were to go to your job feed, you would immediately start seeing jobs that were related to those things that you put in the registration form. They would start coming up in your job feed. But if you want to further control what's in this job feed, what you can do is you can go to the following section. And just like how Twitter works, you can choose to follow occupations, companies, or sectors based on the things that interest you. So in this particular account, I chose to follow medical administrative assistants. I had built sort of this fake profile to show you today. And the things that I was interested in creating a job search account for was working in like a dental office or a doctor's office as an administrative assistant in the front, working with patients who arrive at the office, et cetera. So, and then dealing with the doctor and the billing and et cetera. So that is the occupation that I chose for this example. But please, you can type in anything here. If you're a carpenter, you can, welder. Okay, so if you're a welder, you can follow those. You would just check this box. Anything that interests you, again, use keywords. So again, if you were an assistant, previously, just search the word assistant and you can see all the kinds of jobs that have assistants in them, and you could choose to follow them or not. And what's great about this tool is it's going to show you all jobs in the Peel Halton area that meet this occupation requirement. So it's a great way to not miss anything. It's a great way to zoom in on exactly what interests you. I'm just going to uncheck the welder one just for demonstrations purposes, because I just wanted to have a job feed of medical admin assistants, but you can also follow companies. Let's say your best friend works at a great company in town. You'd love to work there. You hear they've got great benefits, that they give out a Christmas bonus, whatever the reason is, you'd love to work there. Anytime they have a job, you want to sort of see what that job is, whether that's a janitor or a vice president or a CEO job. It doesn't matter what the job is. Just tell me when that company posts. I want to see it. You can do that by following a company. So again, just start typing. There are, I think, 90,000 companies in this database at Peel Halton Workforce Group. Again, please just start typing whatever it is that you're looking for. It could be anything. You just type in the word dentist and you can see all of the dental practices that are here. But again, just follow a company that you don't want to miss any job opportunity. Again, this might be exactly the kind of following system that you want to do. You can also do the same thing for our sector. So instead of trying to individually follow every single dental office, you could just follow a sector like all dental offices collectively. And this would ensure that you get every job opportunity of every occupation in Peel Halton that is in the sector of dentists, for example. And so I think I followed that. I'm just going to refresh my screen. You'll see here that I followed Office of the Dentist. That's going to blow up my job feed. It's going to start showing me all the postings by dental offices in the area. So you don't even have to know the names of all those dental offices. We've done that work for you. So you can do that. So again, the following system is fantastic. It's going to personalize your job feed, which is available here under jobs category, and just sort of follow the occupations, the companies, or the sectors you want. What it does is anything that matches those criteria ends up in your job feed. The second way that I think you can really improve sort of the job search process is going into the skills section. And here I've already started to build out some of the knowledge, skills, and tools and technologies that employers tend to include in job postings. But if you're visiting this page for the first time, you're going to be presented with this, and it's just located just under your My Skills area, where you can search for and self-indicate whether or not you have some of these skills. So although my wife would disagree, I can check that I have listening skills. I can check that I have math skills, or that I know medical terminology. You can just sort of check these. And what this is going to do is help do quick comparisons between what skills you have as an individual and all of your past experiences doing a variety of different jobs, even skills that you've developed in your personal life, like cooking, etc. You can indicate all of that in here. It is an exhaustive list, although there are probably 1,000 showing right here. There are over 29,000 in the taxonomy. So if you just
I have a question. We have a question.
Yeah, perfect.
How popular is this portal compared to Indeed?
Awesome. It's so important to answer that question. So what's great about the jobs that are in this portal system is it has all of the Indeed jobs, all of the Workopolis jobs, all of the Simply Hired jobs, all of the Canada Job Bank jobs, all of the Jabilico jobs, all of the ZipRecruiter and Aluda and Charity Village and Apply to Education. What we've done is we've aggregated jobs from all of these different sites, put them in one place, and deduplicated them so that you could quarterback your job search across dozens of websites simultaneously. So what's the difference between our jobs and Indeed's? We have all of the Indeed jobs and we have all of the non-Indeed jobs. So it makes looking for unique jobs easier on Jobseekers. So great question. You'd be familiar if you've used the job board tool before, and I'll just take a quick spin over there. You would be familiar with seeing, in this case, there's 16,000 jobs in Peel and Halton today, this hour, accepting applications. You can do this, keyword search based on whatever it is criteria you want. But the great thing is you just go to job post to read what it was that the employer was looking for on any of these third-party websites. So we're not trying to, impersonate these job posts. We're trying to get you to where they were originally posted. So these are Adzuna links, but if I keep scrolling here, we're going to see there's so many jobs in Peel Halton. But I'm telling you, it's coming in from, across Ontario. There's over 300 websites that we pull in jobs from. So it's a one-stop shop for all jobs. And again, what's nice is we've deduplicated it. So I'm just going to go back to the previous screen. So you're going to get all the jobs from Indeed, and you're going to get all the jobs that are not on Indeed. And that's why this tool is wonderful. So we're going to build out skills. We're going to match all the skills that we have. We're going to build out sort of the biggest skill set possible, things that you think you could talk about in an interview, things that you have experience doing, whether that's a little bit or a lot, indicate it, because now it's going to help job posts stand out. And again, there are over 29,000 photography, videography, different Google products and Microsoft tools. There are plenty of skills in which you can add to your profile. So let's get to the job feed. This is where the excitement happens.
Justin,
Yep.
hi.
Yep.
Are the jobs listed on my feed filtered by my location?
Not yet, but we are working on that. So that's a feature that will come, but I will show you in the job feed. It's right here. So if you know you're not going to work in Mississauga and you're looking at medical administrative assistants, just say not interested, and you'll never have to look at that job ever again. Just sort of swipe them away. And so and again, if you're interested in it, you could hit save job. If you're not interested in it, you can swipe it away. If you wanted to read more about it, just hit go to job post. You're going to be taken to the website that has the full details of the job. Again, employers can't post with us. We are not trying to change, the behavior of employers. We're trying to make it easier for job seekers to search so that they can find jobs on any website. From one central place, quick, easy, without having to sort through all the duplicate postings that are out there. So hopefully that answers that question. So I'm on the job feed, and I'm just going to continue to either indicate that I'm sort of interested in the job. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to hit not interested on these other jobs. Again, if you want to read the full description, just click this button. Here's one on Job Bank. So hopefully I'm showing you how, you don't just get Indeed jobs, you get all jobs on here. You're just going to continue to log in and check out your job feed. Again, it should be everything that you're following and interested in, whether it's company, occupation, or sector. It's be personalized to you. Just go in here and clean out your job feed. If you haven't logged in for 2 days, the jobs will be waiting for you when you get here. If you logged in yesterday, only the new jobs will be in here since yesterday, providing that you've gone in and, cleaned out your job feed. So by cleaning out, what I'm recommending is that you just spend time going through these jobs that match your following criteria. And you just indicate whether or not you're potentially interested in saving the job, as in something that you might want to apply for, or not interested, and you can quickly move on. And again,
Justin, one more
the
question.
location's there.
One more question, Justin.
Yep, anytime.
Sorry to interrupt. Can we filter the job by the language spoken?
Not in this tool, not yet. There are language skills you can put in your profile, and it will, for jobs that have other language, either as a requirement or an asset, it will help those jobs stand out. But no, there's no dedicated filter to just show me jobs that, say require Punjabi or anything. So not at this time. On the job board tool, there is. So if you have an account here, you can actually, if you wanted to, see all jobs in Peel Halton. You can go here, and there are language tags here where Arabic, Cantonese, Chinese, French, German, Italian, Mandarin, Japanese, Punjabi, Spanish, Vietnamese, and you can, on the job board, actually see all of those things, except it's going to show you everything. It's going to show you all occupations, all companies, all sectors. You're going to potentially be looking at duplicates because you have to restart your search each and every time when you use this tool. But it is there. It's another way you can use it. And if you have an account, the system will still work over here. So I have skills in my account, and it's comparing the skills I have to the skills that are in the posted job, regardless of the occupation, regardless of the company or the sector. So some of the features will work with the generalized job board as well after you have an account. So that might be something to look into. Okay, so you're going to log in as often as you want to do job search, and you're going to just look at these jobs in your feed, and you're going to decide once whether or not that job interests you. You're going to save the jobs that you want and discard or not interested on any of the other jobs. And eventually you're going to clean out all of the jobs, and you're going to get down to no jobs left in your jobs feed. That's a perfect spot to be in, because now you've looked at every matching job and you've already decided whether or not you want to apply for it or not. And tomorrow when you log in, it's only going to show you the new jobs that you haven't decided on either saving or marking as not interested. If you mark a job not interested, but you made a mistake and you want to bring it back, down at the bottom, there's a link under here that you can go and look at your hidden or not interested jobs, and you can, bring them back. Okay. So it's not lost for that.
One more question.
Yep.
I'm not in Canada. Will I be able to apply? Will I still be able to apply?
So the requirements to work will still be set by the government of Canada and the employer that's hiring you. So we're just a job search tool. So what those requirements are, we're not involved in that. So it can help you identify jobs and opportunities in the Peel and Halton regions, and that's what this tool will be good at for you. But whether or not you can work in Canada, that's a government decision, not a decision of the tool. The save jobs here, what this will do is any of those jobs that you hit saved on your jobs feed, regardless of the original site they're on. So this one's on Canada's Job Bank. This one's on Indeed. I'm just seeing this one's on Simply Hired. So again, you have a tool that keeps track of jobs from across multiple websites so that you can manage all of these different job leads in one place. Over here on the right-hand side, you'll see a couple things. You can indicate where you are in your job search process. So I know you can sort of probably try to keep track of where all that is, but the nice thing is that you can do this quite easily in this tool. So the moment you've saved your job, its status is interested. If you've applied for your job, you can mark it as applied so that you can keep track of the jobs you've applied for. And over time, of course, you might be invited to an interview, mark it as an interview. If it's been a long time and you haven't heard from anyone, maybe you mark it as a no response. Or perhaps you interviewed and you didn't get it, and you're going to mark it as, unfortunately, you got rejected for that job or another candidate was chosen. But you can also mark that you got hired, which will be exciting. The other column that's great here, and you can refilter these. So I know I said you couldn't filter on the job feed to a certain location, but if you saved the job and you didn't notice it till later that it was in an area that you really didn't want to work, let's say you weren't interested in working in Milton, you can go here and you can unsave this Milton job, and you can sort of see it at a glance here. So, and you can reorder these postings, based on any of these column headings. Just, click on them and it will change either high to low or low to high or A to Z or Z to A, depending on that. Now, let's take a look at these skills. So I said we will show you the skills you have versus what the skills are that the employer was looking for if you build out your skill set profile, which is over here under My Skills. when you save a job and it says something like you've got 67% of what that employer was looking for, you can actually click on this and see what some of those keywords were in the job breakdown. And so, sorry. So you can do this for any of the jobs. The number of words that will be in here will be dependent on the quality of the job posting that the employer puts in here. I'm hoping to find maybe a couple that are a little more lengthier. But, and again, we're looking for, 29,000 different terms that could be in job postings. And when there's just not a lot showing, it just means that there's not a lot of detail in the posting, unfortunately. But any, the government jobs that often have long lists of, exactly what they're looking for, we're going to pull in like dozens of terms on here that will show you whether or not you have some of those skills. So,
Justin, a question.
Yes.
Do we get direct feedback from employers on this platform?
No. This platform is for you. It's confidential to you. I'll give you an example. So this job, medical administrative assistant, posted by this employer. In this platform, you're keeping track of whether or not you've applied, you're interviewing, you got it, you didn't get it. Maybe you need to do this as part of, your unemployment insurance, and you might get asked, what are all the jobs you've applied for? You can keep track of all that here. But let's say you were to apply for this job, medical administrative assistant at Clarkson Village Dental Office, you would click it. Obviously, you've read this post. You still apply through Job Bank in this case, because this is where the employer posted. So you're going to need an account over here at Job Bank. Okay. But the MyHub account, what's different from that is you get all job posts sort of quarterbacked in a centralized account, and it refers you to the website that the employer used to post. So if you apply through this job, through Canada Job Bank to the employer, it would be up to the employer as to whether or not they, get in touch with you, give you any feedback. If you interviewed, if you wanted feedback, it'd be up to that employer. Every employer is going to have a different process for that. So I can't promise you any of that, unfortunately. It's just, again, what's different about this tool is it's all jobs from all websites in one place so that you can keep track of and manage those job leads from a central place. And if you have to create accounts on these other sites to apply, so be it. I mean, if it's a job you really want to apply for, I think you'll do that. But if you just go to Canada Job Bank and only search Canada Job Bank jobs, you will be missing, I'm telling you, probably 75 or 80% of all jobs out there. If you only go to Indeed and search Indeed job posts, you will miss more than half of all jobs in Peel Halton, guaranteed, because they're just not all on one website. And so much like if you watch TV shows or movies on streaming platforms, sometimes it's just like you have certain shows or movies you want to watch. You just want to pick up where you left off. You don't necessarily care what platform it's on. You just sort of like want to watch that next episode. Same thing with these jobs. You just want to have a centralized tool that keeps track of all these job leads from all these dozens of websites in one place, so that you can sort of quarterback your job search and never miss a job posting opportunity ever again, because all new jobs that meet your criteria will be in your job feed, and it will be there until you decide to either save it or mark it as not interested. So it's a great tool to have in your back pocket. It's going to make job search more efficient. You do not have to look through jobs that you've already seen, because you've made a decision here that you're either interested in the job or you're not, and you'll never have to look at that job again. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is a resume builder tool. If you have a resume, great. You don't need anything from us. You won't need to build a resume in here. Please use the resume you have. If your resume is old, in need of a refresh, maybe you're tired of the template that you've been using, or perhaps you're not used to the North American resume and the style and how those are built. This resume builder tool is going to be extremely helpful to you. And I'll show you just how easy that is. You can manage, there's no limit to the number of resumes you can build here. You'll see here, I've started one here, and I'll show you what that looks like. But I'll also show you how simple it is to build a new resume. It doesn't take long at all, because the tool is very helpful to you. So if you have a very old resume, you're not sure about the North American standard, or you just haven't built one in a long time because you've recently been laid off and you haven't had to look for work in a long time, you can build a resume here, update it. It's really simple. So let's show you the resume that I started. But more importantly, I'll spend more time on, actually, you know what? Let's just show you how easy it is to build a new resume from scratch. So I'm going to click new resume. I'm going to give it a name. So you can call this anything you want: your customer service resume, your sales resume, your medical assistant resume, whatever, welding resume, whatever resume name you want to give it. Even if you want to have a particular resume for a particular job that you applied for, just put in, ABC company, and that's the resume you used with them. Okay. You've got a name for it and you've started it. What's great about this resume builder tool is the basic sections of a resume here are on the left. You can add custom sections that you don't see already here. You can drag and drop and reorder your sections of the resume pretty easily here. You can choose between 9 different templates. There are lots of settings to control the font size, the spacing, etc. And I'll show you what some of that looks like now. There are boxes here. It's meant to make it easy. If you do not want to include information, skip the box. If you want to include it, fill it in. So I don't want to include my street address. I'm going to leave it blank. I don't want to, or maybe I want to include where I live. I'm going to put that in. If you leave it blank, it will not show on the resume that we're building. You're going to hit save. This gives you an option to put in a professional summary. Of course, this is like a sentence or two about you, sort of your why someone what kind of job you're looking for, or why someone should hire you. If you don't like the word summary, you can actually change this. You can change that to objective. You can call it professional summary. You can change those headings to be anything you want. You should hire me. I will work hard. Whatever it is you want to put in that professional summary, you would do that. So I'm not going to tell you how to build your resume, but I will show you a tool here that will make that a lot quicker for you. Again, maybe instead of experience, I want to call this my work experience section. I'm going to add a job title. Maybe I was a cashier for ABC retail shop in Oakville. And again, any box I leave empty is a box that doesn't show on the resume. So if I don't want to put in a month, I don't have to. If I don't want to put in an end year, I don't have to. If I don't want to put in a start year, I don't have to. I'm going to hit save. What's great about this is that our system will recognize the job title that you used, and it will ask you if you want to add some of the common duties from the occupation code. You're going to say yes. It's going to import these common sort of job duties for cashier in this case, and we do this for all 500 occupation codes. I'm not saying this is going to be a perfect portrayal of the job that you had, but you can add your own information here, or if you don't like something, you can delete it. You can edit it. You can make that perfect to describe your job, but this will ensure that some of those core responsibilities are captured for you. So delete anything that doesn't speak to your own work experience, but you can add in other duties as well. I'm going to hit save. I already got my first job experience in here. I can do the same thing for, again, for any job I've had, let's just say 2021. And it, again, I use forklift operator. It automatically recognized it was part of the material handling occupation codes. It's imported these responsibilities. I'm going to hit save. Maybe I put this in the wrong order. I don't want cashier at the top. I'm going to drag and reorder that. And now forklift operators at the top of my resume. I'm going to keep going on just to show you just how quickly this is. It will ask you if you want to import skills from your skill list. If you took the time to build your skill list already, it's already going to show you, well, what skills do you want to highlight in this resume? So maybe there's certain skills here that you wanted to include. You can check them off your skill list and hit save and continue. And now you have
a question.
Yep.
I upload my resume on the website and it automatically fill in my information.
That's coming, but not yet. We are working on that right now, actually. So hopefully soon. Again, if you have a resume, you're in love with your resume, it works perfectly for you, do not use this tool. You will not need it. If you have an old resume that you want to update, this tool will be very helpful to you. And you'll see why as soon as I show you some of the templates and the setting controls you have. So just bear with me for a sec. You can put in, where you went to school, if that was, and again, if you don't want to include information, just leave it blank. Some people just want to put in the year, maybe they graduated and their school name, and that's okay. You do not have to put any more information than you want to in this tool. So let's look at what we built so far in this tool. So I've done this in just a few minutes. I've built already a 1.5 page resume, and it's in this particular format. If I'm not very happy with that template, I can choose a different template. So let's try this one. Now it's instantly transformed into a different resume template. There are 9 here to pick from. So it gives you lots of variations that you can use. And of course, if you like it, hit download, save it to your computer. If you want to print it, you can print it, if there's a printer with you there. So it gives you a resume, you can save it, it's in your account. Hopefully you'll have this account for the rest of your career and life. And it will be available for you to come back and edit your resume anytime you want. There are setting controls in here. So you can force page breaks after certain sections if you want them to wrap onto a new page. You can change the font size. So let's say I wanted to fill in the resume a bit more and make the space bigger. See how this created sort of this weird formatting? That means that was not a good change. So I'm going to leave it back down at small. Because again, people are trying to fit sort of a resume onto a page. There's still some white space here. So what I'm going to try to do is change spacing between sections to medium. And maybe that will get rid of some of that white space. It got rid of some of it because that's creating space between 2 sections. Okay. And you can, change icons too, depending on the template. But let's say there's more resume sections you want to add. You can add a references section, for example. So it's Joe Smith is my reference. He was my former boss at ABC company. And he was the general manager. I don't know. You put in your phone or your email, and now you've got this reference. So on your resume, it's going to show up on here. Okay. But if you want a page break before your reference, just go to settings and put in a page break before that section. And now when you hit preview, your references are going to be on a separate page. Okay. If you want to just put it so you can save them in here, Joe Smith can be in here, but instead of showing the contact, you can just put in the available upon request, which a lot of people will do until they get to the interview stage. In which case your references will change to available upon request. And again, in this case, you probably want to turn off your page break and just put it as part of your standard resume. Now it's at the bottom of your resume. So you can add all these other sections, awards, languages, volunteer experience. There's even a custom section where you can just write anything you want. There's also a great little tool here where you can duplicate a current section. So let's say you wanted to duplicate your work experience section because you wanted to somehow split the work experience section between 2 pages. You could hit duplicate section. Let's say you accidentally created a section that you want to take away. You were just sort of looking at it, and now it's showing up in your resume builder because you originally entered something in and you want to get rid of it. Well, you can hit delete section and it will delete it. So I'll just go back to this fake resume I built over here and just show you sort of with some more real information what these templates will look like. So again, you can pick between 9 different templates what this resume would look like for you. So that's what I wanted to show you today. So hopefully you can understand it is a tool that's going to help you with your job search. You can still take advantage of all these other great tools here, and you can have both. You can have a personalized MyHub experience, and there will be some personalization on the job board here. So if you prefer to use the job board tool, see all jobs at any time, or use some of these filters such as only filtering jobs in Bolton. You can do that. It will still have the logged in impact of, the skills that you had here, and you can still save the job, and you can share the job. It will open up your email program, and you can email it to a friend or family or a colleague. So that's what I want to show you today. So hopefully you find the MyHub experience helpful to you. Again, there are, I think Shalini said, over 20,000 jobs a month in Peel and Halton. I'm telling you, it is hard to see them all. It is hard to find them all. And if you go to Indeed and go through all their listings, and then go to Canada Job Bank and go through their listings, you're going to see duplicates, but you're also going to see unique jobs on both sites that you would otherwise miss. Our tool, the MyHub tool, is going to make finding unique job postings, regardless of the website they're on, easier for you, so that you can manage them out of a central place and keep track of where you are in your job search process. So best wishes to everyone on their job search, and just excited to have presented the tools to you. Just know we're always trying to make them better, and they will get better each and every month. So stay tuned for improvements, new features, updates. I think they've been running in Peel Halton for 2 years, some of our original tools. So the job board, the job map, some of the data reports. The MyHub tool is new. The MyHub tool is a personalized job account that allows you to save jobs you're interested in and discard jobs that you're not interested in, so you never have to read them twice. I will turn it back over to the Peel Halton team. Thank you for everyone's attention. And if there are any other questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them.
Thank you so much, Justin. Thank you, everyone, for your questions. That's all the time we have for our webinar today. Again, as Justin said, if anyone has any further question, please let us know. This is your chance to ask any live questions. Plus, we will, this session has been recorded, so you're going to receive it on your inbox. Plus, you will find it on our website. We would like to encourage you to follow us on our social. I've added them on the chat box to stay up to date on local, relevant, and timely labor market information for Peel and Halton. So on behalf of myself, our speaker, Justin, and the entire team at the Peel Halton Workforce Development Group, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure spending this last hour with you all. Sorry, Shalini, you want to say
Zain,
something?
there's just a quick question over here from
Sure.
Nadia asking if it is free, this service, and the answer is yes, Justin?
Yes, correct. Absolutely free. There's no cost to job seekers whatsoever. And we just want to thank Peel Halton Workforce Group for making that tool free to the entire community. So let's hope thousands of people can use it to organize and make their job search more effective.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And as I said earlier, you're going to receive the recording just because it's a lot of information. Thank you, Justin, for that, for summing it up all in an hour or less. But if you would like to share it with your friends, you're going to receive the recording. Or if you'd like to revisit the material, you can get the chance either by visiting our website or you'll find it on your inbox. I think we have one more question. Oh, no, that's all. Thank you. Thank you all.